Um, so last video, I covered the way I handle the Catalina matchup, and this video I'm gonna handle how I cover the Gran matchup. So starting with neutral, then going into your defensive options, or like how you should go about guarding against Gran, and then your punishes. By the way, I did make this and put this into a Google Doc, and I'll probably just start linking the Google Doc somewhere in the description below. So first, we're gonna talk about neutral. Once again, okay, this is one of those matchups where Zeta actually has superior range with her medium and heavy buttons. Okay, we're not crouching heavy, but like standing heavy. 5M, 2M, and 5H do really well against Gran. You get your speed conversions, and all that good jazz. However, Gran has like really good hitboxes on these buttons. His 5 medium, his 2 medium, and his 5H. So he's a really good whiff punishing character, and his whiff punishes are very strong. For example, like hold on. And then I'll just kind of get here. Yeah, his whiff punishes are very strong. And I was just kind of like playing more or less in the space you kind of like you want to play in this Zeta. And if he can sit outside that range, he can get a really good whiff punish. And I was just on medium. So now onto the fireball. Catalina will pierce through all fireballs in the game. Both light and medium variants. Both light and medium versions. EX versions, she will clash with and will lose, technically, so to speak. Now, another thing to note about Gran, he has a very powerful get-in tool. Let me turn guard on, just so I can. I messed up and screwed all my settings up. So yeah. So he's got 2 and 4 in, right? So that one was poorly spaced, but so for one, turn guard off. On counter hit, wall bounce, right? However, turn guard back on. Say about like here. I didn't record. You lose. It's safe, and it can be plus. So I'm gonna block it. But it is a very safe tool for Gran to like get in when it's well spaced. It can be punished, and I will go over the punishes on those and sort of more or less how to like look for the punishment range on that button, like on that special. But it is like bad. Like it is a bad time, and you've definitely seen like all the dumb memes and stuff surrounding it, so you are aware, you know that this thing is stupid. And then they call the game like my man's got Tim's on or something stupid like that, right? So and then like of course going back to fireball really quickly, 2-2A is a very good tool for that as well. Like J22A, and you kind of want to be around like this space right here. This would be like a good kind of visual, like cue for like space you want to be at when you're trying to do this move, right? And you can just kind of neutral jump just in case he does or doesn't throw a fireball. But if you're gonna neutral jump, try and fall with heavy. Actually, I take that back. That's very dangerous because he could just. You know, anti-air you and do big damage. So, more or less, if you're gonna fall with heavy, don't do it too much. If you see him run, especially, just either you jump and hold guard button or you jump and hold down back. That would pretty much cover like neutral for Gran, right? Now, Gran is like some of the dumbest pressure I've ever seen in a fighting game. Like, I hate it, and you just have to sit here and hold it for so long. One thing to know about is 5B can stagger cancel as frame trap. This man has, we can do 5B 2B as well, and he also has 2B into 2B, right? And he can do this twice, up to 3 times, depending on the character, right? Or how deep he is in there. And this is all a frame trap. And then from here, on counter hit, he can convert into 5C. Or maybe not. Yeah, okay, so he gets this. Like, it's not a fun time. Nothing about this is fun. You know, this is one of those characters we have to block for a very long time. Also, this is very powerful on Gran, because if he decides he doesn't want to do this and go for like counter hit heavy or something, then we explode. That's just the unfortunate truth that is Zeta. She explodes. And you can always contest him when you see him do like micro dash, much like you can most of the cast, but you want to contest with 2L. So, and that's like contesting micro dash is a bit tricky because it takes some time to get used to. Is something that you might want to just practice just in general, because there will be a lot of Grans and they will be doing a lot of 2L mix. So as far as like being in the corner, the goal would really be to try to block everything, right? You don't want to take like a overhead or something thinking you're gonna throw, because that leads to destruction. And he gets like a ton of safe jumps too. Not that that would matter against Zeta, but it's also like it's more of a mix-up on Zeta than it is a safe jump, because he can decide to meet you with a low. Like, he'll always be falling like this, right? Or like he'll do it after like a sweep knockdown. So here, let me turn guard off. Great. Great. I don't think I know what the strength is for that. But it'll do like sweep, this, jump, or like sweep, jump, and then like, you see how it kind of like whiffs? It's not really his turn, but now it's a mix-up. You can try and mash, but it's like, so to speak, right? And this is definitely faster than anything we have. This, like this, and this, way too fast for us to try and contesting it. So we unfortunately have to hold it and treat it as though it was a meaty. So we have to play very patient and block almost everything, right? If he decides he wants to jump, of course, take this with a grain of salt, a grain of salt. But you want to definitely want to anti-air that shit. Like, that's important. And now, talking about spot dodging, you can spot dodge some of this stuff. That fireball. But you need to be aware of the consequences. You lose here. If you spot dodge fireball, you lose. You can spot dodge heavy, of course. But they're not always going to throw out a heavy in the middle of his turn. Most Gran pressure is going to stick to B and trying to whiff punish you with heavy, you know? If you get that one whiff punish, it sucks. You explode. You explode. So you can reduce chip, but you have to be aware of what it is you're spot dodging. Because if you spot dodge fireball, it's definitely armor. You're even, but Gran's buttons are faster. And then the priority system, heavy being the better priority button. If you spot dodge 214L, you can. Actually, this is a true trap. This and 214M, I think, are real. Yeah, I'm sure both of those are real. You can't really spot dodge this. You can spot dodge medium, but if he does this, you can spot dodge the last part. You know? Which is cool because there are some Grans who try and like do that, and it's not necessarily his turn, but he's kind of safe, so he can still block. However, where's I going with this? He can block, but it's not his turn. So if he tries to press another button, he will get counter hit, unless it's like EXDP or something. And that's just the whole -2 into invincible scenario, and I'm not even about to get into that. Alright, so now let's get into punishes. Go back to the screen for this. So starting with fireball. Not fireball. Facing the wrong side. Up close. Fireball is mad punishable. Not mad punishable, but it's punishable. You get super. Counter. EX spear dash. You're really not gonna get off 5L. You're too far away for you to get close B. Close to B. Close 5B. If you could, that would be amazing. But too far away. So we got the far buttons, and this is our best punish button. So by all forms of fireball, I think, except EX. EX might be plus. Not plus, but safe. Yeah, so EX is safe. I don't have it set to block, but over here in this bottom little corner over here. And these come up in game too, like the little counter icon or the punish icon. Those will tell you whether or not it was a counter hit or a punish hit. So EX is safe, and he can block afterwards, but light and medium, I believe, are punishable. However, you have to remember that medium fireball has 2 follow-ups. So if you block this up close... Oh, wait, he can block. Oh, okay. Nah, he can block, he can block. So light's punishable. And you have to remember that there are 2 follow-ups. There's a follow to medium. If you press, you'll get counter hit in the middle. And I think he can convert off that just, it's terrifying. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's stupid. Alright, so now going into Rekka. So he's got 2 and 4 L and 2 and 4 M. However, he can Rekka these together. So first he will do 2 and 4 L, 2 and 4, like 2 and 4 L, 2 and 4 M, right? The combos. So there's some situations where Grans will do this just to kind of like add pressure on it, right? Now from here, it's punishable. You can punish it with 5L, 2L, and then I think 5M? Yeah, 5M. But so hold on, let me show you the first one. It's punished, like light is punishable. However, if he decides he wants to do, gotta make sure I do it right. Decides he wants to follow up with the medium, you have to be ready, because it'll counter hit you. And then I think it should still wall bounce, which sucks. It does still wall bounce, right? Because you're still doing the medium version. But that is literally as far as that Rekka will ever go. And it's a bit of a mix-up as well, because they'll tend to use it at a range where they're safe. However, now we're just going to talk about boot. I showed you where it was kind of safe at, you know? So it was safe around here-ish. Or whiff, like, or we get whiff punished around here-ish, right? So let's just doing it from neutral. So just doing it from neutral. It's safe. Like, no punish being made. Yep. We can armor it. But that requires reactions. Like some OD reactions, right? Which is nice, and then we get like really cool punishes like that on it if we get the armor punish. But that would be the only way we're punishing it from. This is like round start distance. So that's literally the only way we're going to punish it from round start distance. Now if we're closer, we get every punish we want. So if I walk forward like one space, I can get the 2L punish. Which is going to be your most optimal punish in my opinion. You can do 2L into 5L punish. And you have to be careful about, because you can just press here and close 5L being her fastest button. You can mash it, however, you have to be prepared because you will get close 5L twice. You don't just get it once, you get it twice. And if you try and cancel and they're like super something too early, you'll mess it up. Okay, so now we're gonna go into good old reliable, right? DP. Punish this time against Brown. Timing on it's a bit weird. Like it's kind of hard to get the 2L punish. Because like it's much better to try and punish it when he's careful. And then we get like the good counter hit if we get heavy. Actually, let's counter it off just for yeah, okay, no. So we just get heavy, right? The counter hit was on, but I don't think that's a counterable situation, right? Yeah, so you can do this, you can do super. You can't wait till he hits the ground, but that could be too late. Heavy, heavy, it should work sometimes. Medium. Also punishable, but he's got like a winding start up to it. And he can punish us in the air. Like you can get at the air. You know, so you can do like that, which is cool. You know, that's fun. I like it. You can also wait till he hits the ground and get heavy punish. He hits the ground off medium. The recovery on medium is a lot larger than light. So you can definitely wait for him to hit the ground on that. Now, getting into EXDP, right? So, you can punish EXDP a multitude of ways. You can wait till the whole thing ends and punish it, or you can do this. You get the counter hit punish in the middle of the DP. I like to do it with heavy. If I'm closer, I can get the whole thing. And just put him in the corner really quickly. You get like this big punish. You know? Oh, I accidentally hit that button. Which would be like the biggest damage combo that Zeta has for the most part. That or Super Skybound Art, depending on the situation. It can kill. Actually, yeah, that's probably not worth it. So, just don't ever try and air throw it, right? Okay, so now let's get into his supers. That's super. Okay, so you see here it says we're even, right? But if we block it, alright, so yeah, with the regular Skybound Art, we block it, we get the punish. Heavy punish. Like, you get that too. Which is lovely. Like heavy punish. Heavy punish does the most damage. Actually, you get this punish too. Good punish, good punish. So, now, I'm going to talk about Super Skybound Art. Not that. Not that. I want to get to this next. Bro, it's just super. Oh, that's why I turned it off. Duh, Leo. Dummy. There we go. Alright, so. Actually, let me do it one more time and make sure he's blocking after me. That's the only I'm here to show this to you. Alright, so now with this one, the pushback on it is so far that we get no punish on it if we decide we want to block it. No punish at all. You know? Doesn't even get heavy. And I know that it's hitting. I know medium. I know Spear's hitting, but guard's turned off, right? And then the replay only lasts for so long. But when the word punish doesn't come up, there's no punish. So we don't get the punish on that. However, it is punishable. But what you must do is dodge. So once you dodge, he's still in the animation where he's shooting, right? And that's how you get your punish on Super Skybound Art. So another thing that I want to cover, I'm going to go over his 5U and his sweep as far as punish for his character, right? So, sweep, mad fast, right? Really, really fast startup, active for a decent amount of time, which is cool. It's fine and dandy. But we can whiff punish this. So you'll see like Gran like whiff this like 3 or 4 times. Then do some stupid like boot or like DP, right? So like 1, 2, 3, and next thing you know you see like, right? It doesn't. I don't understand why they do it, but they do it. It's the thing. So we can in fact whiff punish this. I'm gonna block the first one. Well, you can punish it, of course, on block. Sweep, right? Actually, like maybe a couple sweeps you can't punish on block. But I wanna like get right. Yeah, so you can whiff punish that and we'll get countered. We get countered. Can't whiff punish it high. It will crush highs, like because they're low profiles. It's really weird like that. So it's a really good sweep, low profiles. So our whiff punish for it is going to be with crouching medium 2B, right? Now let's get on to his fight. So it is generally safe. It's a generally safe way for Gran to end strings. So you're not really going to get a punish on it too often. But if he does it too close, boom. Right. Yeah, so if he's too close and it's level 1, then you're fine. So let's see like level 2. Actually like max charge level 1, I think. So we can punish that at level 1. That's level 2. Level 2 is safe. So level 2 and higher is going to be safe. And max charge, which probably won't ever happen too often, is completely invincible and it's safe. Oh no, you can punish it. My bad. But usually the spacing on it is going to be really well done. Which kind of brings me back to another like corner scenario. Because Gran can cancel this if he presses another button. Like while holding down 5U, presses a button, cancels it and stores a charge. So he can kind of like draw heavy or something, and like cancel heavy. And then when he whiff punishes with this, and he gets counter hit punished, it's fucking insane. Like, literally is a nightmare. So that's one of those things I didn't write down that I meant to, and I will do that after this. But, that pretty much covers the way I would, you know, fight against Gran, so to speak. Now, if I were to give my matchup impressions on this fight, I do feel like Gran wins it kind of 6-4. And this is just me talking like from really good Grans, like really good Grans in comparison to like really good Zetas. So I think it is 6-4, or if it's not 6-4, then it's like slightly in Gran's favor. And that's because like he has 214M, the boot that he uses to get in, and it's a really good tool for him to get it on. His whiff punishing game is amazing, so the fact that he has that plus whiff punishing is ridiculous. He's got good fireballs, and that's always something to keep track of. Even though we can blow them up, they are still good fireballs. His anti-airs are very strong as well, so if he manages to clip us once while we're jumping, trying to pogo, or trying to do 2-2A, it's going to hurt a lot. And his corner carry is amazing too. And then once he gets us to the corner and we're stuck, we're blocking for like the rest of the match sometimes, you know? And that's even with him throwing in, like mixing in throws and overheads and stuff like that. So it's hard to fight out the corner against Gran. Like, very difficult, especially with the whole like button into like fighting cancel. You know? That it's hard to deal with. But Zeta can keep him out, albeit not for long, but she can keep him out when you utilize things like 5M, 2M, 5S, I mean 5H. This is kind of good to end your strings with, to make yourself a little bit safer and to kind of like put that space in between you as well. And then fireballs too. That's fireballs. I would pretty much cover everything for this video. Actually, not sure how I'm gonna do next. It either be False Rock or Ladiva. But this one should be going up shortly at some point. Thanks for watching. Once again, I will leave description, have my Twitch, my Twitter, and I will be adding in this Google Doc. And it will be updated periodically as well, of course, whenever I find new information. So while I might not update the videos so much, the guide will always be updated. But yeah, like I said, thanks for watching.